Put the world away for a minute.
Pretend I don't live in it. Sunshine gonna wash my blues away. Had sweet love, but I lost it. She got too close so far, and now I'm lost in the world trying to find me a better way. Wishing I was deep, deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze and it don't seem fair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise is a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise. Wrote a note, sent it back in a minute. Bought a boat and a sail off in it. Don't think anybody's gonna miss me in any way. I'm on a permanent vacation.
The ocean is my only medication. Wishing my condition ain't ever gonna go away.
And now I'm deep, deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze blowing wind through my hair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise is a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise. This champagne shore washing over me. It's a sweet, sweet life, living by the salty sea. One day you could be as lost as me. Change your geography. Maybe you might be. Deep, deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze blowing wind through my hair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise is a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise. Gone in the water, nice, find yourself a little slice. Grab a backpack and lunch, you never know until you try. When you lose yourself, you find the key to paradise.
Oh, I can't get out of my full screen mode here.
You want to know why running on the treadmill 7 days a week doesn't work for you when you're trying to lose weight?
Nope.
Because it never has. Believe
Ew.
cardio actually burns calories, usually in the form of carbs in the bloodstream that are then
Okay, good morning, good morning. Oh, I thought I stopped it. We can just listen to music all morning if you want. Okay. So I had an internal debate. Good morning, Angelique.
Hi.
I had an internal debate about this topic, and I've created an opinion about it. And the opinion is that the serious agents in this business want to control their client database and their real satisfied surveys. And you really, and the good ones do. So Angelique is going to show us today the inner workings of Preferred Client Club and Real Satisfied surveys, so you guys can kind of manage this yourself, because it's just as easy for you to go in and do it than it is to ask somebody else to do it. So that's what we're going to do today on Tactical Thursday. And then if we have more time, we'll get into some other things that I recently discovered that are kind of silly. You know, as we get into this, if you break it down, we really, you know, if you're doing a deal a week, do it right. And a deal a week is 52 transactions a year, which very few people are doing, right? So why don't we spend our time and just make sure we're doing it right and build a solid business that you don't have to worry about. So that being said, Angelique, run.
I just did. So that's why I look like this. So, good morning, everybody. This is me. This is real. Sorry, but Chloe gets me up and out every morning. That's a good thing. Okay, so just excuse me because I'm nervous. So sorry.
You Zoom 5 or 6 times a week. What are you nervous about?
Not with a bunch of people. Just with a couple that I see all the time. So it's okay. Okay, so let's I think the thinking here is, we empower, we educate, and we encourage, right? So you guys come to me and my emails get stacked and piled up. There's so many things going on. And, sometimes it takes me a couple of days to get back to you guys when you're asking me about a survey or a preferred client club enrollment or something going on in Dotloop. And it makes me feel bad that I can't get to you guys faster. So I thought if I show you how to deal with the platforms on your own, then you don't have to wait for me. And I promise I'll get to you guys as soon as I can. It just, there's a lot going on behind the scenes with all of this stuff. Okay. So just please be patient with me. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just, if you can see my screen, I'm already at 104 emails today. So there's a lot of stuff going. So let's dive in. Let's go to 21 Online. And the quickest way for you guys to find all of your tools that Century 21 offers, this is your main page when you log in at 21 Online, is over here, the menu, and you're going to click on Productivity Hub. And Joe, if you're watching, I'm using your profile. So not to bust anybody's chops. So let's go to Productivity Hub. And then you're going to see a list of all of the platforms that you guys, all of the resources that you guys have available to you through Century 21. These are all things given to you by Century 21. You have your own CRM. You have your own client prospecting and follow-up campaigns and programs, platforms that you guys, they're at the ready for you guys. It's just a matter of taking a few minutes and getting to kind of know these things.
Well, you know what, Angelique, let's do this because I've been doing this for a long time, as long as you have, and I forget about these things. Scroll to the top and let's just address what some of these things are.
Okay.
Because we haven't talked about a lot of these in a long time.
Okay.
So award rankings, that's important stuff. It's a big deal to me to make master's level production.
Right. And this is how you can track where the office is. And this is for the top 100 office or agents. So the easier, the better way to find your particular individual stats is back at the home screen and you go to awards. And doing that will give you your personal information, your tracker of your production. Okay. So your, where you are as far as real satisfied surveys, where you are as far as your closings for the year. Okay, so this is how you measure up in the state. You can screenshot these and post these to your social media, and you can take it even further and get into more detail, which I'm not going to, but you guys can play around on this on your own. So if you guys want to know where you are, it's right here at the ready. You don't need to email the closings team or me or your manager. You can go look for yourself and see where your rankings are. Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and go to the state ranking just for fun? No, back to the homepage where back one screen.
Okay.
Choose Florida and choose 2020.
Productivity Hub. We're going to go to award rankings. We're going to go to Florida. And we're going to go to the state, and we're going to go to offices, companies. Yep. And we're going to go by AGC, or do you want units? You can search by either way.
We're
so
number
this
one.
Is preliminary 2020. Are you good?
Yep.
And so you guys can see this whenever if you want to know where we are as a company, you guys have the ability to go do the same thing and see this as well.
So these are the preliminary awards. So they're not showing the sales volume, but they normally will show the gross commission. but
But-
I would suspect we are more than double Sunbelt this year.
And we're currently in the #1 position.
By a double
Thanks
margin.
to you, thanks to you guys.
So anyway, that'll probably be up around the 15th. We'll have the actual real numbers there. And then you can choose this, do national too. Just click from state to national because I haven't seen this yet.
Companies,
Yeah, companies, AGC. They won't show rankings now. Beggins Enterprises, number 15 in the US. The question will be, how do we rank in the world? Because we want to make number 21 in the world again. So, but we were number 15 last year. So,
okay, so you guys can see this
Yep.
whenever you want to. Help yourself. Keep us in check too.
So Brand Studio, that's where you get your logos, and there's all kinds of stuff in Brand Studio.
Yep. So there's this is, and remember, this is everything corporate. So there are the social media templates, there are Century 21 videos that you can go and you can download the MP4 and post it online. There's a couple of minutes setup tutorial here. If you've onboarded with us in the last few years, all of this is already going to be done for you guys. But your profile is up here in the right corner, and you just click on profile and you can go through and make updates as needed. I encourage everybody to link out their social media to all of these platforms that we're talking about. Okay, so the more you tie in with all of this stuff, the easier it's going to be to make your posts, right? This library, this asset library, this is stock photography. This is where the corporate videos are. You can just asset categories. You just choose what you're looking for. If you're looking for the corporate JPEGs, EPS, you name the file, it's going to be in here. The videos are going to be in here. And this is a pretty cool one that they just launched.
And this is stuff they can post to social.
Yep. So
For 50 years, Century 21 agents have proven there's nothing we won't do or can't do. That's 50 years of seeing possibilities and seeing them through. 50 years of doing what everyone said couldn't be done. 50 years of down to the wire, down to the dollar, and up for the question that just can't wait. 50 years of riding the waves, weathering the storms, and mold. What mold? 50 years of getting ready for the next 50. Ready to be the first one there and last to leave. Ready to close the deal, but never be done. Ready for blood, sweat, and champagne, champagne, champagne. Ready for anything that happens and making it happen. 50 years of everyone knowing our name and being the most respected name in real estate. For 50 years, we've done whatever's necessary to chase all of their dreams and realize all of ours. Century 21, half a century of nothing halfway.
That's a big deal. The 50th anniversary of Century 21. We should all be promoting that. So guys, make a note right now, go to Brand Studio, download that video and post it to social.
mm-hmm. And then this is also a resource for your logos. So this is where you can find every logo of every type, of every way possible, centered, not centered. And I mean, and all the file types are here. So I know Mike's got these on our Beggins Agent site. They're also in our mobile app, but they're also here at the ready for you to download and use at your will. Okay.
And just pay attention because this is more than you need. They're EPS files, they're PDF files, they're PNG files. That's why there's so many, because different editors need different types of file formats.
But you can sort, you can search using the filters up here at the top. Okay. So that's Brand Studio. And then branded email, we don't use this because we give you guys a Google suite of services with emails and your Google email and your calendar and Drive and maps and photos and on and on and on. So we skip the branded email. Business Builder, this is a big platform, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on this today, but I want to make sure that your profiles are set up correctly. So when you guys do launch your marketing your campaigns, your email campaigns, you guys, you're going to look your best. Your photo's going to be there. Your logos are going to be in place. Your social media is going to be linked out. And to do that, look at Joe Brown. Look at this loading in his contacts. That makes me so happy.
Joe.
So to do that, you're going to go to your account and my account settings. And again, we help you with all this when we're doing our initial onboarding with you guys. So a lot of you guys are going to be set up. But if you've been with us for a while, you may want to go in and just check and make sure that all of this stuff is up to date, that your current bio is there, your current photo, etc. And it's super easy. You just edit your profile and you go through, look, oh, just Joe, it makes me so happy. So he's gone in and he's updated his details, and he's got his bio in place, and he's got all of his social media platforms linked out.
He's a retired principal, high school principal.
He's still working. So this just makes me really happy. And then,
but this is social responsibility. I mean,
well,
when you're a
right.
full-time real estate agent and you're making this your career, these are things that have to be managed. And I hate to be boring about it, but
I
it's
know.
true.
Yep. So just touch base on all this stuff. Okay. So Business Builder, drip campaigns. This is a follow-up campaign. This is follow-up for your prospects, follow-up for your past clients. You can do follow-up for your family. It doesn't matter. You can do all kinds of groups and add all kinds of contacts in here. And you know what's really cool is this integrations tab. You can go and you can connect your Google contacts. So we provide you with the Google suite of services, right? All of your contacts are going to get synced into your phone. Mine's on my charger right now, but right, you can connect all of your Google contacts with a click of a button here and suck them into here, and you're good to go. You're good to start sending out and organizing and categorizing or whatever you want to do, and start talking to your sphere this way.
Yes,
Super
it's
easy to
free.
connect to this. Okay.
It's not free. It's part of our service fees. We pay to Century 21, so it's silly not to use them.
This is upgrade to Pro for Dotloop. So this is an extra charge if we want to connect to your contacts and your Dotloop. So that we don't have, but this
I thought
connect
all of our
free
agents
and
had.
part of.
I thought we all had Pro accounts at Dotloop.
We do, but it's an upgrade for Business Builder to do this, to connect to port, to talk to Dotloop. Business Builder is going to charge you, not Dotloop. So it's an upgrade there. But the Google one is not. All you connect and you just follow the prompts, and you can get your Google contacts
I'm
in
at
easily.
2,900 contacts in my Google contacts. So it's kind of silly for me not to connect them and then send out something.
And I would sort them out. I mean, I know that I've got the high C hat on, but all of those people in your Google contacts, you're going to probably find a lot of duplicates, and you're going to find people that
all of our agents are in there.
Well, I mean, right? All of our agents they're in our contacts. We've got a birthday campaign set up for Craig. You guys should all get a birthday.
They do. And they say, thank you every
campaigns
time
for
I come
Business Builder. So anyway, okay. So that's just a quick look at Business Builder. We've got videos posted in Beggins Agents about how to set up drip campaigns, how to get your contacts imported. Deb knows Business Builder great. She's a great mentor when it comes to this, and she's done some good training classes on Business Builder that are posted online for you guys. Business cards, this is something, we buy your first round of business cards for you. But when it comes time for you to order another set, this is where you're going to go, to Express Stocks. This is one of the resources. Your referral network, this is something, we've got Ashley. And we've got our relocation team with Kim and Ashley. So, we kind of rely on them to manage our referrals for us. This is an opportunity. It's not something that we use a lot because we have Kim and Ashley. Promotional shop, this is going to be Century 21 stuff. Y'all use the Shop Our Gears site that Mike's got set up for us if you want anything personalized. with our logos. And that's on the Beggins Agent site. C21 University, there's so much information in here. This is where, you know, we publish the training calendars from time to time of what all the tools Century 21 is offering, all the classes. There's so much good information in
Really
here.
is.
But it's up to you guys to take the time and pick a topic and, okay, I want to learn more about this. I want to do this. But you guys are the ones that have to step up and engage in this stuff. We can remind you, but
So
you guys
instead
have
of-
to take the step
Instead of smoking pot and watching Netflix, you can smoke pot and watch 21 online.
and glean some good takeaways from this Prospecting 101 class. It's excellent. So I know we throw a lot at you. We give you guys a lot of training. This is another opportunity of learning for you guys. Dash, this is our back office platform. This is how we communicate with Century 21. This is not something that the agents have access to, so you're going to skip it. But our back office inventory management system, how we report, is called Dash, and you'll hear us talking about that from time to time. Discounts and perks. We have affiliations with moving companies, with
Pods,
yeah, like storage, like pods, right? So
Davis Rent-A-Car, Hertz Rent-A-Car.
right, so that's where this discounts and perks come in. It's not only for you guys as agents, but this is stuff you can offer your clients as well. Events website, this becomes like when we do our corporate, our Century 21 conventions, which apparently has been canceled for this year. You know, this is where the events website comes into
So
play.
the top agent retreat, national convention.
Hawaii and all that stuff is going to be here. This Fantasy 21, this is kind of funny. I didn't pay much attention to it until Joe Brown sent me a text and he said, Angelique, I just got a $500 gift card because I held open houses. What? Is this real? What is this? So Joe was posting his open houses and he was not using this Fantasy 21 thing, but posting them, you know, as part of 21 Online. And he actually got ranked and won awards. Didn't even realize it.
That's cool.
So iProspect, honestly, this is something on the brokerage end that we're not involved with, so you can skip that. This Lead Router, when we talk about Zap, Lead Router is the back office platform, the admin platform of Zap. So sometimes you hear us talk about Lead Router, sometimes you hear us talk about Zap. You guys, the agent facing site is Zap. Back office admin platform is Lead Router.
I go to
can
Lead
show-
Router to pull my reports.
That's right. And I can show you what Lead Router looks like. And you guys, as agents, you have access to Lead Router too. This is only what Joe's account sees. Craig has access to everybody, and he'll come in and bust your chops and saying, why aren't you're red balled, you're not eligible for incoming leads. Unfortunately, we've got 285 agents right now that are not eligible to receive new and incoming leads because their Zap is not updated. Zap feeds Lead Router. So when you make your updates in Zap, it's going to update your Zap platform, your Lead Router platform as well. However, there are glitches. This is all internet, computer, cloud, and things happen. So it's a really good idea to check your Lead Router as well from time to time to make sure that to make sure that it's up to speed. Okay. We just had a situation with a Brandon agent and Thomas called. He says, oh my God, I just want you to know that this happened in case this happens to anybody else. She was doing an excellent job keeping up with her Zap, but there was a glitch in the computer with the system. Somehow they weren't communicating, they weren't syncing up, and her Lead Router wasn't matching her Zap, and she was missing out. So we don't want anybody to miss out. We want you guys to get and take care of all
So
of the
this is-
incoming.
Telling Joe he's got one lead to update in the next 19 hours. And I'll tell you what, guys,
Okay, Joe
You're
is
gonna be-
on this though. I'm not gonna worry about Joe. I'm not gonna bust his chops.
No, I'm just saying for an example.
Compliance, and he checks.
Obviously he does,
Yes.
because he's got 285 leads in there.
And he's a middle school full-time principal.
No excuses. But you can also, if you don't like getting leads after 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, you can change your availability hours. There's all kinds
Yep.
of things you can do in
You
there.
sure can. You sure can. So it's a good idea. If you think something's funny and you don't feel like you're getting leads from time to time, if you feel like, just check, just go in and check. If you have any issues, just let us know. Let your managers know, let me know, Craig know. I mean, we're in Lead Router all the time. Rosa is a master at managing the leads. And this is how Rosa manages the incoming leads, is through Lead Router.
Let me just
Ashley,
clarify
same
that.
thing. Deb, everybody's in here making sure. So you guys got to do your part with keeping your leads in compliance, like
Right.
out of the red.
Let me just clarify that. If it's your listing, you don't have to be updated. You will get your lead. If you don't answer your lead, it's going to roll over to somebody else. The somebody else has to be eligible to receive leads.
Right.
So it's listing agent always gets priority. It's called listing agent priority. Listing agent gets priority. If they don't answer, which they don't a lot, it rolls to somebody else in the company who Lead Router determines to be available because they keep up with their leads. So there's trickle down effect for you if you maintain that. Also, the Zap websites host IDX listings, means listings that are not ours. So if somebody's shopping on century21.com and they click on a Coldwell Banker listing, Zap is going to go through offices that service that zip code, is going to send it to an agent. It might be a Coldwell Banker listing, but it's going to go to a Century 21 agent who's eligible to receive leads. And we have so many agents that are not eligible to receive leads that we don't get our share of those because you guys aren't updated. And there's a lot of, they're called passive. I look at them every week when I show you the sales meeting results and the number of leads we get. And they're called passive registrations. So it's somebody who signed up for a non-Century 21 listing that's going to a Century 21 agent. So just to
We'll get to
clarify.
Zap in a minute, but that's just because Zap is a big topic and there's lots to do. But Jimmy McNally, he did some training classes on Zap for us, and he is in the habit of checking his Zap.
Every day.
On a daily basis. It takes him a few minutes, and he just goes in and he makes his updates and he stays on top of it. And it's just about building habits, right?
Hey, Regina typed into the question and answer, how did she fix that? Mine does that as well. I guess she was talking about Lead Router and Zap not syncing.
So the agent, the Brandon agent that I mentioned, she actually called the help desk and had them work it out for her. And if you guys called me I would have to do the same thing. I would have to call the help desk. So honestly, I think you guys don't wait for me. Just jump on it and call and say, hey, what's going on? My Zap is current and in compliance. My Lead Router is not. Why? And make them fix it.
Right.
Okay.
Jan asks, remind how to mass eliminate. You don't mass eliminate leads, you mass update leads.
And I can show you that, but it's done in Zap. The way you manage your leads is in Zap, not Lead Router. Remember, Lead Router is the back office platform, the admin platform, but it's available in your productivity hub. So that's why I mentioned it. Okay, but all of your updating, all of your adding your contacts, everything is going to go through Zap. Should I just go to Zap now, since we're kind of on that topic?
Yeah, if not, we'll forget and lose it.
Okay, but there's a couple of other things I really want to hit on.
Right.
This is your dashboard in Zap. This is what you have to maintain, on a daily basis. All of your leads can be put in. Look
And
at
you
this.
should,
He's got people
guys.
set up on campaigns. Oh, Joe.
Joe, I'm proud of you.
Just making my heart so happy. So anyway, this out of compliance, where the broker require, this is the Lead Router part. Okay. He's going to go in here and he's going to make a phone call. He's going to send an email. He's going to touch base with this and update this lead. And then Zap becomes Lead Router becomes updated. Okay. So it's just a matter of, we've got a lot of training on Zap. Jimmy's done really good training classes. I've got them all in an email. I just sent them out to an agent the other day. I can forward it to the team if you want. They're hour-long classes though. So I'm working with the OTLs and we're working on chunking down the setup of Zap to make it in bite-sized, couple-minute pieces because it's really not a big deal to maintain this on a daily basis. But to update your website,
No, but it's a
you're gonna
big
go
deal to
to-
maintain it when you ignore it for 6 months.
Well, it does get complicated when you've got a whole bunch of people in there. To update your website in Zapdo, this is your personalized C21 website. And you want to make sure that your photos are there. You want to, don't worry about this URL. I'm going to give you another one that's shorter that you can use on your business cards and your marketing for all of your other platforms, right? So I'm going to come back to this, but you want to make sure your bio is here. You're going to scroll down. You're going to link in all your social media. Joe is really good. He's got his own YouTube channel. So he posts videos on a weekly basis. And so he's got his YouTube channel posted here. These that are in color, that means that he's linked to social media platforms out. So everything's tied in, which is beautiful and amazing. He's got his areas served in here. All you do is drag and drop these things around. I don't want to mess up his settings. You've got 21 cities that you can focus on. So if you add a new city, you just click on the box and you add a new city. You can delete by hitting the X and taking the cities out. It's really important for you guys to keep this stuff maintained, to keep this updated.
Or just go in and look and see what you have, because some of you joined us 10 years ago and probably don't have a lot of this stuff done.
Right. He's got his resource center built out. Man, I didn't even know we had all this. This is just so great. So all of the people that he works with on a daily, like a regular basis, they're all in here at the ready, posted on his website. So I want to show you this about the website. Oh, so, okay. So anyway, that's a really quick overview of setting up your Zap website. Your Zap website is what you give out to the public, what your clients can search for properties on, and the Zap website tracks what people are looking for to help you narrow down what their searches are, what they're searching for. So you can help them find what they want. Okay, so you can see he's got a request in here. Somebody's trying to reach out to him right now to say, hey, what's going on? I want to know more about this property. Then you get these Zap scores. You can go, I don't want to mess anything up, but you can go look at the contacts and you can see what properties, what kind of properties they're looking at. And then you can go in and help them find what they're looking for. He's got people set up on campaigns. Wow, it just makes me so happy.
Joe, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I am too. So back to the website in this really long URL, I'm going to show you where to get, how to read. Before Zap, Century 21, I'm going to go back to the Productivity Hub. Before Zap came into play a few years ago, Century 21 had another site, and it's in your Productivity Hub as my C21 site. This is from the old days, right? 5-7 years ago. This is what it used to look like. And this site it looks nice, but it's not searchable. It's not an interactive site. So this has evolved into Zap. So what we do when we onboard, we make sure that your C21 site is redirected to Zap. And for you guys that have been with us for a while, please do this, because see this URL, this Joseph Brown C21, that is your URL without having to use this big long monster thing that doesn't fit anywhere. This is a lot easier to use. And when you go to this site, this takes you, when you redirect it, I'm going to show you how. This is your website, that your consumer facing website that people see. Your bio is here. Your sales automatically show up here without you having to do anything. Your areas served are here without you having to do anything because you've updated your Zap site. Your listings will show up here. All of your social media, everything is linked because Joe's done a good job. This local insights, this has something to do with boosting your SEO, your search engine. Like when people are online and they're searching for the more insights you put in about a property when you're at an open house or when you have a listing or a sale, somehow it boosts us up. Don't ask me, I'm old, I don't know about stuff like this, but Jimmy McNally does and talks about adding insights and how it puts us higher in the rank of searches.
So when you go on a listing preview, or if you go on an open house, you go post an insight about that property on your Zap site.
Mhm.
That shows up on century21.com. So when a consumer's shopping for a house and they land on that house, they'll see that Craig Beggin said this was a magnificent backyard.
Yep.
Right.
And it helps in our searches. So this is
So
what your,
Property insights, community insights,
Mhm. And it's
it
all
just-
done
it
through your
boosts
Zap.
It boosts all the things you do. God, I forgot about all this stuff. There's a
And
lot.
Zap has a mobile app. So you can download the mobile app and you can do all of this on your phone when you're at the property. You don't need to come back and sit down to your computer.
I think we're overwhelming people now. That's good. I love it.
I know. I don't know what to do. I've had coffee. I've been on my walk. I don't know how to slow it down, but we've only got a few minutes. You guys can rewatch this when I send out the weekly recap email that I'm going to get back onto. Okay, so that's a really quick glimpse into your Zap website and how to update it. But again, back to this redirect, I want to show you how to do that so you get to take advantage of this shortened URL. Okay, so when you come into My C21 websites, this is what you're going to see first. You're going to go to Edit Settings. You're going to go to Preview Publish, and it's going to bring you to this screen. So if I'm going to back this out and show you what it looks like. Edit. Oh, did you guys see that? You guys have the opportunity for a Spanish version of your website or a commercial version of your website. If you want to build it out, you're welcome to. It's here at the ready for you. So we're going to go to Edit, and you're going to see this is your initial setup. You can change your domain name. He can change it to Joe Brown. He prefers Joseph. That's fine. Probably Joe Brown was already in use by somebody else. So he's chosen to use Joseph Brown. Then you're going to go to your Preview Publish. Preview Publish again, and you come down and you're going to see Domain Name Redirect. You choose Redirect to Zap. Choose OK. And now you're going to see your settings are redirecting to Zap. And now you can take advantage of that josephbrown.c21.com URL, which points to your Zap page. And you don't have to go buy domains and pay money. It's all here at the ready. It's all part of you being a part of Century 21. It's provided for you.
No additional charge.
All right, so there you go. So there's a quick overview of My C21, and this is super important, you guys. Go do this. Go redirect and start using that URL and build out your Zap platform. Build out your personalized website. You don't need to go buy another website. You don't need to go pay money and have somebody create. It's all there at the ready, tied into your production and your Real Satisfied surveys, and it's all there for you. Okay.
Jennifer said, are there any upcoming classes for Zap? And the answer is yes. Just go to Zap and you'll go to additional tools and you'll see there's all kinds of videos on demand for you to watch. And there are classes in Century 21 University.
Yes. And we do classes. We do training from time to time, just like this on a Thursday morning, and we'll talk about it. All of your OTLs, they all know how to do all this stuff. You can go and make an appointment with them and sit with them and say, help me make sure that my stuff is up to date. They'll go through all of this stuff with you. We are all ready and willing and able to help, okay? And
let's just go real. I mean, I took you down a rabbit hole. This is really good, though.
I know.
PR Studio.
I'm sorry.
Press releases. If you earn a prize or a award and you want to do a press release, there's a template in there for a master's press release. Send it out. News medias are always looking for articles, and you never know. They may pick it up. They may not. And then you get your quality service.
You guys can manage your own preferred client club. You don't. If you need to make an update to an address, a mailing address, you can go in and you can search your client list and you can, these are all the people that he's worked with so far. Every time you have a sale, this is automatically fed into Preferred Client Club. You can come back after closing. If on the deal sheet, you've chosen to enroll a client in Preferred Client Club, we're gonna do this for you and share in the cost of the enrollment with you based on your split per se. So,
Some people don't know what we're talking. Preferred Client Club is an additional cost.
sorry.
It's a marketing tool that after closing, you can enroll your past client into the Preferred Client Club, and they will, I might be wrong on this, they will send 4 communications per year, and you can choose 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. I think the cheapest one is like $38. And if you select it at the time of closing, we take it off the top, which means we pay our part, you pay your part. So if you're on a 70%, you pay 70% of the $38, we pay 30% of the $38, because it's that important that you enroll your clients in Preferred Client Club. And then 4 times a year, they're going to get a personalized, but you'll end up with a stack over time. You'll get a stack of postcards that are pre-printed with an envelope pre-printed with a stamp on the envelope. And all you have to do is put a note in the card, stick it in the envelope, and put it in the mailbox.
Yep.
Right. And so we have agents like Nancy Connolly comes to mind. She has like Preferred Client Club parties in the office. She comes in with a stack of Preferred Client Club cards, and she just sits down and writes out her notes and then stacks them in the mailbox. And they look forward to that happening. But when your client moves, if you sell their house, the system doesn't know you sold them a new house. So it's not going to update their address. And it's that simple. You can do it right here. But managing your database is critical. In my opinion, every single customer should be in the Preferred Client Club.
And we give you this option at time of closing. You'll see on the contract deal sheets, there's a place for you guys to enroll your client into the Preferred Client Club, and we'll do it for you. Okay.
It's a click of a button for us when we're doing Dash.
Yep. But if you guys need to make updates to an address, this is where you're going to do it, and to keep everything in check. And then this Real Satisfied, this is where you can manage your customer surveys. And if you're, I'm going to run you through this quick. Okay. This vanity key links to realtor.com. So every time you have a survey come in and you have this set up with realtor.com and you've turned this on, it's going to automatically put that survey on realtor.com for you. If you go here and you can turn on your Facebook and your Twitter, so every time you have a survey, oh my gosh, it'll post directly for you, automatically for you. This encourage reviews. If you go and turn on Zillow and Google, if you have a Google My Business page, same thing. You can easily ask for reviews via Zillow or via Google, and everything will link up and sync up together. If you get, this is where you can see all of your clients. You can see who's completed. This one's been sent, but it hasn't been completed. You can click on this and you can send a reminder. You can update the email address here if you need to. Awaiting details. This is one of our investor partners. He buys properties with us all the time. We're not gonna hit him with an email every time we have a closing. So that's why it says awaiting details, because we need to put an email address in place and send the survey. You guys have the ability to do all of this stuff on your own without having to wait for somebody to help and manage your Real Satisfied. The surveys are launched automatically at time of closing. It takes about 1 to 4 or 5 days, depending on processing time, for the surveys to be launched. As long as we have an email address in place for your client, when we're loading in our data, when we're keying in our data, the surveys are going to automatically launch. This is important. If you have a client that's giving you a hard time and you guys are button heads and it's just, there's nothing you can do to make that person happy, which unfortunately happens from time to time.
Change their email address.
You let us know in the back office, let listings know, let contracts know. We will go in and we'll remove that email address for you from our back office systems. And that client will never get a survey where they can blast you and pull your ranking, pull your statistics down. And we can only do that prior to closing. Cannot do it down the road.
Hey, Angelique, Lauren just wrote, I love this. I'm going to start using the deal sheet so I don't have to rely on myself to follow up.
That's please.
That's
use
why
the
we have a deal sheet, people.
Please. It's not, doesn't help when I fill out the deal sheets for you guys. I can only know so much, but I don't know if you want preferred client club or if you need to change an email address on a survey, or I don't know what title company you're working with or whatever. So I really need you guys to fill out the contract deal sheets. And we need the listing deal sheets filled out too, right? We need to know if you want to sign or not. There's
The
just,
gate code, just the little things that make us
yeah.
help,
So,
make it easier for us to help you.
yep. So that stuff is important. So you guys can make sure your photos here, you can update your profile. Go and click around in here and make sure this stuff is up to date. And if it's not, ask somebody, ask your manager, ask your OTL. We'll all help you get this stuff set up. Okay.
Hey, I want to pause for a second because I was concerned because I told people what we were talking about today, and I figured a lot of people would not be interested. We have over 85 people online. And
Thank you guys.
I'm looking, Aix is online, which is cool, which means Celeste has got a lot of work to do. And Celeste is online too.
Good. Thank you guys very much. This toolkit CMA, this is cool for especially for your pre-listing presentations. You can go in here. I mean,
One more Q&A popped up. I'm not sure who Pixel 2 is, but plus they send out a full-size calendar with your face on it at the end of the year. Imagine my surprise when I saw it hanging on a client's wall.
that's Preferred Client Club.
Yep.
That's done through yeah.
Thank you,
So
Pixel 2,
this-
whoever you are.
Yes. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because we could have a whole class, and we do have whole classes just on this. But this awesome information here oh my gosh, you guys, there's like 80 different templates you can pick from. It's ridiculous.
Overwhelming.
You can make sure your photo is here, your web reviews. You can link your real satisfied surveys to this, and your Zillow reviews can be linked to your presentation. So when you're building out your presentations, you can say the last 2 surveys will automatically appear, and you don't have to do anything. It's already done for you. So go through a couple of these steps. Okay. This is where you're going to add your Zillow, your profiles, and your real satisfied, and you're going to link in your surveys. But there's a lot of information here. We could have a whole class just on this. I'm not going to get into it, but pre-listing presentations, you can do a digital version, or you can do a takeaway, leave behind PDF and print it out and leave it with the client.
So just
Awesome. This is one of the best tools Century 21 offers. Just saying.
And it's available to all agents, but they got to pay for it. It's included, no additional charge for Century 21.
And you guys, we don't charge per copy. You can create your pre-listing presentations and print them at the office, and you're good to go.
We've got a listing ninja class today at 11:30. And part of the listing process we're going to teach is you deliver a pre-listing package. And you really need to have a marketing piece about you, right? And this is where you build it. You don't use 80 friggin' pages. You pick and choose the ones you like and make it relevant to you. All right. Joe wrote, if you entered all the information in the details section in .loop, it will all autofill most of the info in the deal sheet for you.
It will.
When you're doing .loop, fill in the contacts page. I mean, as detailed as you can. It'll fill in everything, most everything. You still have to review it, right? But this is really simple stuff, but we get overwhelmed, and I understand that.
Okay. So there's toolkit. This golden ruler, this is
brought
something.
up too. I'm just reading.
Okay. Yep.
Marissa says, I love the Real Satisfied survey. It's available in Spanish as well. So
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. It's on the deal sheet. You have to tell us if you want the survey to go out in Spanish or English. And when we are setting up in the back office, when we're doing our data load in, we'll make sure to check off depending on what you've put on the deal sheet. So that was a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. That's new. That's only like within the last couple of months that option's been available. Okay, so 15 minutes. This golden ruler, this is something we do on your behalf. Every time you get a listing, we launch the golden ruler campaign, which is a way it tracks all of
Leads.
the
from different
website
websites.
hits. So all we need is an email address, and we launch this, and it goes to your seller, and you get a copy of it. And this happens every 2 weeks. So it's a report of all of the traffic that has happened on your listing on all of the platforms that we are on, the Zillows and the Realtor.coms and the Century21.coms and all of the stuff, right? All of the websites, the marketing platforms that you guys are on. If you're working with a seller and you don't want them to get this report, it's just let us know, communicate with us. We'll turn the report off if for some reason you don't want them getting the information of where, who's looking at what on what site. It's just communication. Just let us know. We'll be happy to turn it off if you don't want this. But you guys should be getting copied on this for your listings. Once your listings go pending, this automatically gets turned off.
Now the strategy there is, when the listing hits the market, it's going to get a lot of attention. And then the seller is going to see the report with a lot of attention. And then 2 weeks later, the attention is going to be less. And 3 weeks later, or 4 weeks later, the attention is going to be less. And then you take that report and say, look, the market's speaking to us. Our views are going down. We found a price reduction will drop it. We'll get you more attention. So you do a price reduction, repurpose the listing, and then the traffic goes up again. And it's just that simple to watch it. But you have to you have to read your emails.
Yep. I know we bossed you with a lot. Some of
Yeah.
them are kind of important.
Like a spoiled rich kid at Christmas. Those presents keep coming.
And communication is so important, you guys. We're not mind readers. You guys just got to let us know. We're all nice, all of us behind the scenes. We are all working for you, right? We're your staff, we're your admin team, and we're here to help you guys. So just let us know. Just communicate with us. Hey, I don't want that. Okay, no problem. Hey, I want to do this. Okay, no problem. All right, we're here to help. This unique property websites, every listing gets their own URL with the photos, with the text, the public remarks, with virtual tours, and you can use that to send out for your clients, or you can post.
And it
to
links to
social
your
media
Zap
with
website.
this.
So you get a Facebook, you post the link to your new listing. It's 123anystreet.c21.com. They click on it. It takes them to your Zap site, and then you can see what they do.
Yep. And we don't have to do anything with this. This automatically is set up for you guys. It's just a matter of going in and clicking. And I don't want to see, here's his URL. And it's just a matter of going in and getting it. And then you copy and paste this to your social media platforms. Hey, I got a new listing. It's that simple.
We don't talk about this stuff as much as we should, but this is cool.
We do all this when we're onboarding, but I know it's overwhelming when we onboard because there's just so much. So I'm really trying to chunk down the onboarding into smaller pieces over a little bit longer time. And we're just trying to hit the high points to get you off the ground and running when you first come on board with us. So if you don't have any listings, this isn't going to show up, but you have access to all of the available listings in your office. So if you're a brand new agent with no listings, you have access to this, and you could go post somebody else's listing. I promise you, they're not going to be upset with you. They want you to sell their listing, right? So we set all this up in the beginning for you guys.
Angela, scroll down just for fun, because this really is a nice website just for your listing.
Look at this print flyer. Let's see what this.
Oh, wait, I got to
looks
spend a time building a flyer. No, you don't. Go to my
like.
C21
No, you
site.
don't. It's all there. I mean, it's pretty great.
People are going, I knew this, but I forgot about it. Fun.
Okay.
But scroll down just a little bit more, because it goes into school information and your remarks all populate. You can change the language the flyer's in. Korean, Russian. Lana, did you see that?
What's
Russian.
going on? I didn't even know that was a thing. That is so cool. Nice. Now your flyer's in Spanish. Hello. This is awesome.
Lana's not online. Kalani, have we overwhelmed you yet? You guys are saying, oh shit, I didn't know I could do all this. Or I knew it, but I
Yes.
forgot about it.
You can do all this, and all y'all's, this is Joe's back office to 21 Online, to all of the marketing stuff, but you guys, yours looks just like this too. And you know what else is kind of cool is if you go, make sure everybody's involved with this workplace. This is like Century 21's
Facebook.
Facebook, but it's only for Century 21 agents, and you can join all kinds of groups. So I always suggest the news and the tools and the marketing. Those are great ones to get started with, because all the people that work in corporate, for all of these different topics, they're always posted on things to do, on ways to use the tools to market, or it's a wealth of information here. And I know it's a lot. I'm sorry. And a lot of this stuff you don't even need right from the get-go, but it sure is nice to know that it's out there for when you do need it.
Awareness gives you flexibility. Flexibility gives you options, and options give you power.
Yep.
So if you think you need to spend time to create a flyer to go knocking on doors, nope. Push a button. Chrissy, no, we want that information on the deal sheet. We want another place to look for it. She's saying we can put preferred client club on the intake form, but no.
So
Deal sheet at time of contract.
the intake form is for some of our transaction coordinators, but not all of the transaction coordinators use the intake form. So the intake form is important, but for a very small few,
Limited number
no
of people.
discount. It's good. That's good. But the deal sheet is the primary communication tool between title, the agent, and the back office. Super important. We don't always see the intake forms, and the agents don't always fill them out.
No.
But we need to encourage the filling out of the deal sheets. Okay, and then the other thing back here are these action plans. So if you don't know what to do next, you can go and you can go find an action plan for how to get a listing, how to prospect, what do you do for onboarding? I have no idea. There's so many different topics, but you can go pick and choose, and that'll give you your next steps. So if you're looking for something to do and you don't know what to do next, go find one of these things and go through these, and it's going to help you with getting out there and making things happen.
I talked to Jennifer Zales the other day. She's a high productive agent with Coldwell Banker over in Tampa. And, we collaborate on different things. I called the other day because she sold the house next door to me and I needed the owner's phone number so I could get my doc permitted. And she says, Craig, I got to tell you, 17 years ago when I moved into Apollo Beach, somebody gave me a Century 21 Beggins pot, a little rubber mat that takes tops off. She says, we used that the other day and I laughed. I said, I need to call you. I've been using that for 17 years. She's got a Century 21 bottle opener. And I looked down on that list you're just on, it said promotional gifts.
Yep.
And those little things, 17 years, a Coldwell Banker agent's been using a Century 21 rubber mat to open her pots with. So those are just little cheap, inexpensive things that you can brand Century 21 in your name. And it's pennies or dollars, it's nothing much. But those little promotional things you're looking for closing gifts, they're just kind of cute to give out and have around. And there's a plethora of them.
Right. Make a little basket, but then the wine bottle has a personalized label, or there's a little hand towel with little bath salts and a candle, and the candle has a personalized label on it. The list is endless. So definitely in your closing gifts, make a little basket, do a basket, but personalize the things that are in there, with a pin, for goodness sakes, pennies. I don't know, just ideas.
I see Chrissy's point now. She's saying when I get an intake form from an agent, she fills out the deal sheet for them. So she doesn't know. Yeah, you could do that, Chrissy.
Chrissy, just email me. I got some other things I need to update for you and for Elizabeth. So I'll just add that on my list, but I don't mind updating the intake form. it's not widely used. I want everybody to focus on, whoa, I want everybody to focus on the deal sheets.
Cool.
Because that's the best way to communicate with us. And the other thing too, real quickly, we only got a couple minutes. This is dotloop. You guys, you gotta know how to use dotloop. You can come to us brand new and say, okay, I got a buyer, I want to write a contract, I don't know what to do. You got to at least set up your account profile in dotloop. Okay, you have to at least know how to start by adding a loop and choosing a template and picking the property type and bringing the forms in. You have to at least know how to do that. And just real quick, 1 cup of coffee, that's all it's been. If you go here to the right and go to my account, will you please update this if it's not already updated for you? Choose your profile first, very important because it's a thing. Just choose your profile first. Make sure that you have a photo in place and that your company name is here and your company name doesn't say South Tampa default user. Because when you first onboard with us, that's what your name is to your clients. Apollo Beach, default user. It's our company name. It's not good. Personalize it. Use your name. Put your profile name in there. Add your photo, because when you're talking to your clients, it's super important, especially in today's world. You want a picture with the name, right? A picture with the voice. You want to know who you're talking to.
Ideally, your clients are going to be using this for years to come. If you do
That's
it the right way, you're going to say, hey, you bought a new refrigerator, scan the receipt, put it in your loop. Hey, you
Yes.
got a new water heater, scan the receipt, put it in the loop. Oh, you bought a warranty on this, scan the receipt, put it in your loop. That will
Yep.
be their management piece for their home while they live there. And every time they access it, who are they going to see? You.
That's right.
We don't use these tools to their full extent.
So profile needs a photo and a name. Account settings needs a photo and it needs this information filled out. So when you're e-signing, when you're communicating with your clients, it's done. It's all in here. Please use the office address, not your home address. We don't want anybody knowing where you live. You can link your account to Zillow if it's not already. You just click a button and you choose, yes, that's me on Zillow, and you can go link your account.
Hey,
And
one
then
more thing I want to talk about, because I found out that you guys are doing a lot more in this than I knew about. And let's talk about naming transactions.
okay,
Because you're going, I walked into a file the other day and Angelique had made 20 edits to the file because it didn't make sense. It said addendum. Don't call it addendum. Call it addendum for this, addendum 1, but say what it is. So when you get back in the loop, and then archive crap you're not using anymore. I mean, this
Okay, but
is a management
you
process.
we're going to. So
But you shouldn't have to. The staff shouldn't have to. If you've got something that's no longer necessary, just click on the 3 buttons and archive it. Take it to, it's not getting rid of it. It's still there, but it's not relevant on your home screen.
but it's these buttons over. So each document that you put into dotloop, you have these abilities over here. You don't have, I'm in the admin profile, so my menu options might look a little different, but you can choose to rename your documents. So sometimes we get documents and they'll say they're however the agent has saved them on their computer, and then they add the PDF in the file and it'll be, 123456245.
Or be Rico scan, whatever.
And we don't know what that means. So we're opening the document, we're renaming it to what it is. So at a glance, it's easy to see what we're looking at, right? For when we're reviewing for compliance, or when we're coming back in, say you've added an addendum and it's all filled out, but it hasn't been signed. And then you add the next addendum and the buyer signed, and then you add the next addendum. But now the seller now we've got everybody's signatures. So now we've got 3 addendums in the file, all saying the same thing, but 2 of them are irrelevant. So we archive those and get them out of the way. And then we'll rename the addendum to what it actually is. So you'll see us in.
Yeah, but that's my point. The agent can do that. Why should you have to do that?
But if they don't, we're going to have your back, and we're going to clean up the files. So when the auditors come in, and they do every year, Century 21 and FREC, And we can see at a glance what we're looking at. Plus it helps you guys know what you're looking at too, right? I mean, when the files are messy and you don't know what's what, and you don't know what, and you've got to take the time to go in and look at each one of these things to see what is what. It's hard. So use our templates, our forms they're pre-built for you, and you're good to go. Otherwise, you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff in here. This is, I mean, a lot of these things are self-explanatory, but when they're not, we're going to go in and clean them up if you haven't already done so.
We're over
So-
time.
Yes, and see this, go here to your Gmail, click on your account up here in the right, open this up and add your photo. Because when I'm talking to you guys on email, I want to see your photo. I want to know who I'm talking to. And so do your clients. So if you don't already have a photo here, please add a photo. Please add a photo.
Okay. Well, that was great. Great. I think we got a lot accomplished there.
I'm sorry, I know I went fast.
Brina said, thank you. This is very informative.
Yep. There's a
Good.
lot of information here, and I will do this from time to time just to make, to help everybody. And please ask questions.
Okay. So we got the bulletproof listing process it says 11 o'clock on the company calendar.
I think it is 11.
I hope so. Okay. I thought it was 11:30. It's 11 or 11:30. We'll find out.
Oh,
And
gosh.
Then we have the top reasons why agents get sued with Paramount Title at 1 o'clock. I know it's a big day today, but I've also got a 10:30 and a 12 o'clock and a 2:30 big appointment that I'm excited
but
about.
y'all know about the Google Calendar, and you know that you can click into any of our company meetings, because you guys should all have access to this by now. You can click into the meeting and the link to join the meeting is going to be there. Okay?
Yep. So that's
Fair
Jeff's
warning.
meeting room. So that's the best way to do it.
Because I mean, we meet all over the place, right? So all of the calendar invites for the company, we've got the links built into the different meeting rooms. All right.
Let me just ask Jeff real quick.
Y'all just ask questions. We're here to help. And thank you for being here today.
Or Mike, if you're listening, do you know if it's 11 or 11:30?
I believe it's 11.
Okay, let's make it 11 then. That's better for me because I got a 12.
It's on 11 on the calendar.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. And a lot of people asked if this was going to be recorded. So, they also asked